note on that. Switching over to the daily chart, we're above the 5-day moving average here. We're below the middle Bollinger Band. The 5-day moving average is declining. So that's, we'd like to see that rising again. We've got an RSI right now at about 50, which is good. Hopefully we'll hold that. Our PPO oscillator is still under 1. So we'd like to see that get above 0. And our MACD's curling down still, and it is flashing a negative crossover there. So we'll switch over to our stochastics, and they are curling up. We do have a crossover, so that's positive. We don't have a green line cross yet. And if you want further details on some of these, check back on the first video that I did yesterday, and where I explain this a little bit more, and I'll try and do some posts where I dig in individually to what some of these indicators, why I use them, and where they came from. Last thing, we have the RLC count. We're at a 0 right now, so the 5-day moving average and the RLC are my two big lines in the sand. If I got a 0 count here, this is the price, this pink dot, and you can see the moving averages are listed here. If I have a 0 on that, then I'm going to be on the sidelines and waiting for a buy signal, which we currently do not have. So switching to 4-hour time frame, we're below the middle Bollinger Band here. Our PPO held support at 5, came up to 2 and bounced, and it's coming back down, so we're going to watch that. RSI is at 45. So one thing of note on this RSI on the 4-hour chart, I'll pull out of this a little bit. When we get up to these elevated levels, the sell-offs have been quick and they've been vicious. The last few times we had a $10 drop in 7 sessions. We had a $19 drop in 7 sessions after that. Probably these two right here, and then the most recent one, we dropped 10.5 points, $7.90, almost $8 in 9 trading sessions. So that's a steep sell-off, as you can see right here. So when we get up there, that's generally a signal that it's time to take some profits off the table. Switching to a weekly time frame, we've got an RSI at 59. So we'd like to see that rise up again, but I'm not going to read too much into it right now. PPO of right now we're at about a 6, almost a 7. So we held support at 5, and tops in this PPO on the weekly time frame generally occur up here. We don't really get too much higher than this 18 to 30, and before our most recent sell-off, you can see we're right about 17.7. So that was once again a signal that things were getting extended. I'll switch to our monthly. Oops. And this is an interesting one. So we've got an RSI of 73. If we're above a 69.1, I believe, that's bullish. We are. We've got a PPO that's at 38. So this is where it gets interesting. So although we can spend months in this range, below a 50, as you can see here, generally signals weakness. And if we pull back to that time frame, so this is going back to 2015, we had an almost 50% drop in August. And you can see we're getting negative divergence both on RSI and the PPO. We got below 50 on the PPO, and that really started setting up there for weakness. So it's just something, we're not there yet, but it's something that we want to watch for. Same thing with RSI when we crack below that 69.1 level. Same idea. That was, we're negative divergence, cracking below 69.1. not able to get back above this this level, and which is yeah, so this is the 50 level right here. Not able to get back above that. That was a signal to be cautious. We're below it right now. So are we repeating? Are we setting up to repeat this pattern and move sideways? Maybe with some gains, but a negative divergence. I'm sure there were tons of great trades all through this section, but it's an interesting thing to note. So overall, my game plan for the day is to sit tight. Don't have a signal yet on which way this market is moving. I think key indicators, these stochastics, 5-day moving average, and this RLC count. So if we see some, it could be a chance to buy the pullback. I'm not saying it's not. Oops. Certainly, I am stalking an entry point. We do have a nice, the low, the 65.20 low is definitely a nice stop point. So, buying in this range with a 1% stop has a nice risk reward. If you can get up to, up to here, 8 points to 1, which is certainly feasible, or even higher, you got a nice risk reward there. So, signing out. Thanks for watching. Hope you find this useful, and certainly feel free to subscribe and leave comments. Thanks.